Hey guys, welcome. Thanks for coming to the London 17 showcase. Awesome to see you all here. This is just an informal chance to reconnect with everyone. We'll go down the line and you can share your name, current city that you guys are in now if you changed, or jobs if you've changed those. And feel free to share your screen and take a couple minutes to show your project and any calls to action you have. We'll share this video with the innovator community so they can see what you've been up to, and most importantly, how people can get involved. Is there a call to action they can join you or share for you? We'd love to hear. So with that, we'll cruise down the bottom and go to Trevor. Trevor, let us know, how have you been? What are you up to now? And feel free to share your screen and your project and any links that you have that folks can join. Hey, Trevor, can you hear us okay? The mic's a little bit scratchy, so we'll come back, Trevor. But we'll cruise on to Susan. Susan, tell us, let us know what are you up to now, and feel free to share your screen and share a bit about your project and ways people can get involved.
Hello, everybody. Susan, I'm still in Fresno. I've had a really busy year, really exciting things. I'm working on the K2 Can 2 event idea that I had some time ago, and with the help of the Innovator Program and EdTech team, we've evolved this idea to be some events. We've had a couple now, and we've got a couple more, including some events in Canada, so that's really exciting. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. Share. Is that working? Yeah, let's go to that one. Oh, hold on, wait. Now I'm sharing my screen. That's okay.
That's great.
There we go. So K2 Can 2, it's an idea of a learning conference for primary teachers. Attendees have said amazing things about the events. They've really enjoyed it. And yeah, awesome. So here at k2can2.com, if someone was interested in bringing this kind of event to their district, we have a link that will put you in touch with the people at EdTech team who can, get something set up.
Awesome, Susan. Any questions for Susan about our process or launching it, or ways to get involved? I'll leave it open for a minute for people to say hi to Susan or ask any questions. Susan, what do you think was the most difficult part of launching it, moving from idea to getting it out there? Any reflections on that?
It has been difficult. Like, we worked with some districts, and districts are really excited, the districts who are there. And the district I just did an event in has already signed a contract for next year. So that's really exciting. But getting just ticket sales, I think because it's such a new idea, this idea of a primary innovations conference is so new that people don't know what it is yet. So we just got to work on spreading the word about what we're doing. So getting ticket sales has been a little bit of a challenge, but when the districts have invited us in, we've had a lot of success.
Awesome. Thanks, Susan. And if you could drop a link in the chat, we can make sure. We've got people on YouTube watching too. YouTube folks, we dropped a live link in, so you're welcome to come on camera with us too. All right, cool. Thank you, Susan. Let's cruise to Theresa. You came in. Hi, Theresa. How are you? We're just sharing, going down the line and giving everyone a chance to share what they're up to now, if you change cities at all, and share your screen. You have 2 minutes to show your project, share perhaps how it evolved or changed, and feel free to drop a link if you have any call to action for us today, a tweet we can share, or a way we could sign up for your project, anything you'd like. Thanks for joining us. Bryce, I'm not sure we can hear you. Oh, now we do, I think. We'll come back through, so you feel free to come back in and out again. But yeah, we don't have your mic on. But Susan, we have Adi and Christy said way to go and congratulations. So thanks guys in the chat giving some support. Cool.
Hi.
Yay, maybe everyone should just unmute and give a collective, hey, we miss you, all right? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, unmute and say hi.
Hi.
That feels better. Now you can feel the energy in the room. Awesome. Cool. Well, hey, we'll keep cruising, Theresa. I couldn't get your mic, but Michael, do you want to unmute and share a little bit about what you've been up to and share your screen and a link to your project if you'd like?
Yeah, sounds great. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Hopefully you can hear me. I'm in an atrium right now. But since the Institute, when we were all together in London, I actually moved into central office. So I'm no longer in the classroom. I'm the STEM manager for Chicago Public Schools. So my project has kind of evolved a little bit from where before I was looking at more from a teacher's perspective, and now I'm looking from more a district administrative perspective. So just to share some of the things that I was working on. Give me a second. All right. So you should be seeing a website. So we have launched 2 district-wide STEM challenges this year. So we have another one coming up in 2 weeks. The last one we did in the fall had over 2,000 students from 36 different schools in the city. Just a reminder, I'm in Chicago, so we have a lot of schools and a lot of students. So I'm focusing just on Chicago. But you can see, even for next week, we've got a lot of schools coming on board. We're going to be doing a marble roller coaster project in partnership with Six Flags Great America. So Six Flags has graciously offered us one of their roller coaster engineers that's going to be creating a video for this challenge. So after students complete the challenge, then they'll be able to watch the video. And the cool part is that later in the week, they actually connect with one another. Classrooms across the city connect with one another over Hangouts. So we're starting to break down some of those silos that we see in our district between schools, high school and elementary schools, and different ethnic and racial communities that we have in the city as well.
Awesome. Michael, do you have a link to the project that folks can?
I will. I'm going to shoot it through on the chat right now.
Awesome. We have an amazing from Mark. If anybody wants to unmute and either give an out loud amazing or congrats to Michael, that's really awesome. And or ask any questions about his process or journey, I'll leave the floor open for a minute.
Congrats on moving offices, Mr. Michael.
Thank you.
That's really exciting news. And I love the Six Flags part. You're going places, buddy.
And how do you think it changed, Michael, from when you were in London to now? Do you have anything to share about your process or how you got to where it is today? It looks really cool.
Yeah, it's instead of being one central site, it's a little bit more disjointed and broken up than I thought. But I was just also having to learn to work within the systems that are already in place in the district. So we have the standalone site. We have an internal Google site that I've been curating as well and putting up a lot of STEM resources and activities for schools, especially those who are interested in getting into making. And then also launched a Twitter hashtag, which is hashtag CPS STEM. So we have over 400 active users across the city that are sharing pictures from their classroom and asking questions. And it's over the past 6-7 months, I've actually seen it move from more than just showcasing what your students are doing to actually making connections between classrooms and using each other as resources. So it's been really interesting to see how the project has evolved over the year and how people have really embraced it in multiple different ways.
I love it, and I love the different avenues that you've given. That seems like a successful strategy to meet people where they're at, for sure. That's really awesome, Michael.
Thank you.
Cool. And I'm going to hop over to Dan really quick, Dan Stratford. Dan, did you want to give a quick hello to all of our Londoners? This is a year later and peeking into their project. So yeah, do you want to give a quick hi?
Hi, everyone. I'm Dan. New to the Innovator program at Google in my 4th month or so, and it's been a wild learning curve, but it's been super fun. And the best part is getting to meet all of you. And I know I'm just meeting you. Some of you I know I've seen on some calls before. So hi again. But meeting some of you for the first time, and just thrilled to be here. And inspired by the work you're doing and the projects that you're working on, and can't wait to learn more. So thanks for letting me be here.
Thanks, Dan. And folks, if you haven't signed up for an Energizer yet, Dan's been working hard at making those really exciting events. Just had the first one in Sunnyvale, and Chicago is coming up on June 23rd. So if anyone needs that link to sign up, or coming back to London in September, and then Sydney also in August. So thanks, Dan, for all your support. Cool, and thanks, Michael, so much for inspiring us. We'll keep cruising. And thanks, guys, for dropping your links in. We can collate all of the links. And looks like we have folks, your mentors and coaches are watching on YouTube as well, saying hello. So we'll archive all this together for you. Cool. Theresa, let us know when your microphone works and we'll make sure to come back to you. But I'll go to Megan Kelly now. Hi, Megan. How are you? Want to share what you're up to now, share your screen, a link to your project, and just let us know a bit about your journey, how it started in London a year ago, and what you have now and how we can help.
All right. So my name is Megan Kelly. I was in the classroom for the last 12 years and then recently came to work with EdTech team as a program coordinator in the last couple months, which has been a lot of fun. So totally different role, but a blast. So my project was, I think that was the only other question. Oh, and I'm in Southern California. So my project is called Boost EDU. And let me see if I can share my screen, my many, many screens that I have open right now. So I'll just kind of give you a quick look at the website. I won't go too into detail about it, but the idea behind it is to support teachers with using technology in their classroom. And it goes through an inquiry-based process where they can self-assess based upon, right now I have SAMR, and eventually it's going to go into 4Cs and possibly ISTE standards. And then based on that self-assessment, begin redesigning their lessons to incorporate more technology.
Awesome, Megan. What have you seen so far since launching it? How have you seen activity going, and what's your next steps with it?
So it's been really good. There's been quite a few districts that have used it, and then there's a district possibly that's going to actually use it as part of their professional development program in the next school year. So that's really exciting. And I've been able to present it at different summits, and then had some other people present it at summits and conferences as well. So it's been kind of fun to see people use it, and then also give that feedback to continuously come back and modify that self-assessment or come up with some new ideas to improve it or to help teachers improve their lessons. And so some of the things where I'm hoping it goes next is just to continue to improve the SAMR self-assessment, build out the 4Cs self-assessment, and then just hopefully get more teachers using it, and just hopefully it helps them in their classrooms.
Awesome, Megan. So anyone can unmute and give a nice, awesome congrats to Megan. That's really exciting. Feel free to drop any questions in the chat for her about that process. Thanks, Andrew. Andrew says it's lab. Awesome. And what do you miss most from London from a year ago, Megan?
So I think just getting to see everybody, that was a blast, just getting to hang out with everyone and those conversations. So that was just, it was a very unique experience that I know everyone, you know, has the same feeling towards. So if I was going to say what I miss, it'd just be seeing all the people.
Thanks, Megan. All right, cool. We'll keep cruising along. Mary, how are you? Mary Ellen, I think we have your mic on. If you're able, you're welcome to chime in and share a bit about what you're up to now and your project in any way that we can share or contribute with it.
Yeah, hi. I also am missing seeing all the people and looking at all these familiar faces. I have just a few minutes before the next class comes in. I'm still at school teaching kiddos. We have Google Expeditions here today, so that's pretty cool. My project was kind of a gamified version of Google certification for students. And are y'all seeing my screen?
Not yet. I see you. You look great. There you go. Now we see it.
Yeah. So I put it together. It's gamified. And my big challenge this year was learning how to tangle with spreadsheets and make them do the things that I wanted to do and automate them. And I've gotten some pretty good feedback. I launched it with the students at my school first and had quite a few kids that went through the challenges and gave me some feedback and made some modifications. And then I kind of got brave and put it out a little more widely. And my mentor, Michelle Green, took it and shared it with a bunch of people also. And so it's going well so far. And her feedback and my new challenge for myself is to package it in such a way that people can use the spreadsheet and the formulas and put their own content in. So it doesn't just have to be for Google certification. So that's about it.
Awesome, Mary Ellen. That sounds like a great idea for scaling this. It might be interesting to hear from everyone. Do you think that your project, you'll move now to trying to scale it out to more users, or do some of you have new projects in mind that you're shifting towards? So I'll just leave that open to hear where everyone's sitting at in their own innovation cycle right now, because now that you're a year later, you're more than welcome to shift gears. We do hope that in the EDU activity app, you post your final project so we can share that out broadly and amplify it for you. But we hope you keep innovating and jump onto new projects or try to scale out to new users with your projects. So we'd love to hear, I guess, Mary Ellen, what are your thoughts for next steps, and anyone else who wants to chime in for what they think they want to start something new or keep going on their original idea?
Yeah, I think I'm going to take my my idea and, really, like I said, the gamifying it with the leaderboard and the spreadsheets and all the fun formulas. I think that's something that could be really widely used. And especially with Google coming out with the curriculum for students, that kind of pairs with my project. But I think the more useful part would be putting your own content in and being able to easily gamify.
I love that idea. Anyone else want to chime in who's gone already or is coming up next about their innovation plans, if they're going to keep iterating on their existing project, or they already have something new in the works? I'll leave the mic open for a minute.
I think with mine, what was interesting on the kind of the innovation journey was finding that a very small part of it was successful, whereas actually that was what people latched onto when it went out, rather than what I thought the big picture was, which was a bit interesting from my view.
Awesome, Andrew. Well, and why don't we have you just take over now? Thanks for jumping in and making that connection. Did you want to share with us what you're up to now? I know that you've changed a little bit over the year. I want to share what you're up to now and share your screen and your project. I saw your link in the chat, so we'll drop that in the YouTube chat. How have you been, and how is your project?
Yeah, I'm good. Thanks. Hope you are too. Yeah, so now I'm looking after technology for a trust of schools, which I guess is a little bit like a mini, in like American terms, a bit like a mini district. So looking at technology across them, which is different, looking at district levels. So the original project I set up was trying to create a sort of, actually I'll share my screen now, make sure I share the right screen, not the wrong one. If I, is that the right screen? I've got too many screens in my office. So yeah, the project was to create a kind of an LMS VLE that would complement Google Sites. So it's written in Google Apps Script. And it was meant to make up some of the features that Google Sites didn't have. So like, for example, when you log on as a you know, year 11 student about to leave, it would come up with a Google site, you know, relevant to you, differentiate the sites that are available to what group you're in, and allow sites to be curated in one kind of central place, but also track who was on it, and to replace the kind of homework setting feature of VLE by building in a kind of Google Classroom feature. But in order to make that work, what I discovered was the best way to get people on board was to write a script that would, which I put up as a kind of a second link, to keep Google Suite and Classroom in sync with the MIS. But there's a lot of paid solutions that I came across, and they were quite good, but actually persuading new schools, particularly in a trust entering kind of new, to spend the money on it was a little bit politically controversial, a little bit, because you can't necessarily get people to say, here's a brand new product, can I have £1,000? You've got to show them the benefits first before people would invest. So creating a sort of, as you would expect anyway, if nobody's seen G Suite before. So I wrote a script that would link it. And what's been interesting with that is the kind of the VLE element of it, 3 schools have latched onto. But like most of the emails I get about the project and putting stuff out and the hits on the blog, and, you know, about, you know, like from schools getting in contact saying, how do we deploy this, troubleshooting around it? So I think what was interesting for me is I perceived a problem to be out there that wasn't really out there, but the small part of the project that was just like a little tack on was what everybody kind of latched onto. So that to me was kind of the interesting thing from kind of the innovation journey, was actually, I could have probably achieved the project in like a day if I'd known that was what the market wanted.
Oh, I love it, Andrew. Thanks so much for sharing. And I think your nugget of listening to what people want and pivoting on that is so important. So in the chat, if anyone has either a question for Andrew or a connection that they did something similar, like paying attention to a certain feature and really putting all your efforts into that, drop that in chat. But already some great feedback. And please feel free to use this as a great time for connection or collaboration. If you see something that someone's working on that you think would go great with what you're currently working on, connect and maybe follow up with them after, for sure. Thanks so much, Andrew. Let's keep cruising. We've got Mark. Mark, how are you? Let us know, what are you up to, and what your project is and how we can help.
Hey, everybody. Nice to see you. I'm fighting a bit of a cold, so I apologize for my voice. I'm still in Amman, Jordan, and I just accepted a job in Seoul, South Korea. So I'll be moving there in the fall, which I'm very excited about. And my project, it turned into a much bigger project than I anticipated, but I was really happy for the experience. I ended up designing an app, and the app was in conjunction with a design thinking program that we are in year 4 of at our school this year. Probably the funnest thing about it was just learning about Google material design and what it takes to actually create an app. So this is basically the website that I made for it. I launched the app on Google Play. I'm working on an iOS version right now. And really, this was designed kind of with the students that I work with in mind. And the intention behind it was, if you have a teacher or even a group of students who want to learn about the design thinking process and use it during a project, this app will teach them the process. But it's also kind of a design journal. So as they're going through the design thinking process and creating solutions to problems, they can document their work as they go. As a teacher, this is something that I would definitely use in my classroom. And so I kind of had that lens on when I was making the app. And oftentimes when I talk to students and I say, can you please, show me your thinking, show me your thought process. This was just an easy way for them to be able to do so and kind of streamline it. I launched this a couple months ago on Google Play, and I've kind of been keeping it sort of in beta mode because I wanted to release it and get some feedback from people to see, how it was working on their phones, how people were using it, if there were any features that they wanted added to it, and I was going to incorporate that into the iOS version as well. But it's been a really fun experience, and I was really grateful for the opportunity because I've been wanting to make an app like this for a couple of years. And this program really kind of gave me the incentive to do so. I'm going to hop over here to Google Play. This is the app.
I don't think we can see your screen, Mark. I think people are dying to see what it looks like.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me.
No worries.
do
And I think
this.
people are also dying to join you in Seoul for a welcome party. So let us know the dates.
All are welcome. That would be great. Okay, I'm sorry. Are you able to see the screen now?
Yeah, perfect. It looks great.
Okay, so here's the app on Google Play. And this is the website that I made for it. And yeah, hopefully the iOS version will be coming out very soon.
Awesome. It looks wonderful. Well, thanks so much, Mark. If anyone has questions for Mark about how he designed this, or love how your journey of getting it from thought to beta and all of that. So, and please feel free to drop in the link too, so folks can check it out when and download it when ready. Cool. Thanks, Mark. Let's keep going. Hey, Laura, how are you? Let us know what are you up to, and share what you'd like about your journey and your project in any way we can help.
Hi everyone, can you hear me okay? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Cool. So I've had a bit of a change of direction with my project, but first of all, it's just really lovely to see everybody and see everybody's beautiful faces. Hi everyone. My project became actually the beginning of a doctoral research program. So I'm now a part-time research student at UCL in London, and I'm looking at digital learning, digital tools, and students' thinking. And it's evolving as I go, which is really interesting. So particularly I'm interested in students' experiences of learning digitally. So how they think learning with digital tools helps them or hinders them. So that's something I'm currently designing a research program which I'll carry out next year. And I'll end up writing about 50 to 70,000 words. But it is a big challenge, but I like to be challenged.
50,000 words. I love it. And yeah. The group can support you?
Yeah, I'm definitely going to. So at the moment, I'm doing my research design. And once I've got the approval for that and the ethics approval for that, it would be great if any of my lovely innovative friends around the world would like to run those research activities with their students. That would be really helpful.
We are here for you. Awesome. Thanks, Laura. Drop any questions for Laura you might have in the chat, and we'll keep cruising. Thanks, Laura. Hey, Christy, how are you? And let us know what you're up to and a bit about your project.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So hello, everyone. I am in the East Bay of San Francisco right now, but I'm actually moving to Chicago, so I'm heading Michael's way in June. And I'm also in my doctoral program too, so congratulations, Laura. We're insane. But yeah. So I kind of ended up with two projects coming out of London. My first one was working with first-generation college students, and I'm still working on that. I'm working with an EdTech accelerator called 4.0 Schools to build out an app to help connect the first-generation students at the community colleges, which is kind of like a 2-year post-secondary, to the 4-year students who have already transferred. We're working on building out a podcast in the fall where the students are talking through their stories and other students can hear. So maybe in the fall time I'll send out, and if you know of students that would like to talk about their experiences, that would be great. My other project that kind of came out of nowhere became one more as like I experienced as a parent, and with young kids. Two of my friends and I started up a Kickstarter to make a magazine that's called Bravery Mag, and I'll share my screen. Let me switch over. So can you see that?
Yep.
Okay, so Bravery Mag is this new, it's a quarterly print publication for kids between the ages of 4 and 9, where it's featuring strong female role models, and it has a lot of activities and the story of their lives in there. So far we've done Jane Goodall. This issue right here is Mae Jemison, and then we have Frida Kahlo coming out at the end of May. And it was kind of a passion project that came on as we were just seeing resources for a lot of our younger kids and realizing that there's some really incredible biographies of people out there, but the majority of them were just men, and we wanted to have more women included. And so this came out. So if you know of educators, we're really trying to, right now it's just a hard copy, but we're trying to find a way to make it in a digital format so we can get it in schools more. So if you have teachers or educators like in that space of like ages 4 to 9 that would have feedback on that, I would love that.
Christy, getting lots of love in the chat. Audio was really great to hear that. Didn't know it was you, and like people were already seeing that out there on the market. So really cool.
Thank you.
Do you have any questions for Christy? Particularly, I think your process for launching it, and love that it came out of a serendipitously like that. But sometimes that's where the best stuff comes from. So thanks, Christy. Guys, I know we're a little bit over, but we have 3 more to get to, so we'll keep cruising. Stick around if you can. Hey Jay, how are you? Let us know what you've been up to, where you're at, and how we might be able to get involved in your project.
Hi everyone. Hope everyone's well. It's great to see everybody's faces. My project, as we well know, back in London, started off as a diorama, and we built this, and I really had no clue where the project was going to go after that. Let me share my screen with where it has gone now. Can you see it?
Not yet. I see you still. Oh, there you go. Now we're good.
Okay. So the project really took off. Right after I came back from London, if you remember the diorama that I built that's right here on the screen, I really had no sponsors for the bus, and I went back and we started the Big Borrow and Steal. A couple sponsors. Here's the original bus. Here's how we gutted it, and then here's our initial design. Right before ISTE, I got in contact with some representatives of Smart Technologies, and they decided to fully sponsor the entire project. And now the bus has become the Smart Bus, and you can see the whole project right there where the bus was fully wrapped. On the outside, they outfitted it with their latest technology, and we recently had an improvement in the bus. We we got the local corrections department. We had some inmates actually build some more counters for us for free, and I got to meet some really great folks with Smart, and we're continuously working with them. We've been currently at shows. One of the pictures that you just saw was at the technology show in Connecticut. We were at the superintendent's conference this year. And today, actually, we're kicking off 2018 with a partnership with Fuel Up to Play 60, which is a nutrition and wellness program for kids. We have it at our middle school, and we partner up with them. Last week, we had some farmers come in and on the bus talk to the kids about farm to table. And the kids last week got to make some recipes for some nutritional pizzas using all the active ingredients, and we turned it into a tasty video. The kids videotaped themselves. This is all 5th and 6th graders. And then today we're actually bringing the bus back, and we're going back on the bus to see the videos and to have everyone rate everything. So moving forward, we also just got a $10,000 grant for a literacy and technology program over the summer that we're going to be hosting in district. We're going to have events across the town and in other districts promoting technology and literacy. So it's been a real great experience.
Oh, that's really awesome. And I think it's been so fun to see the different, with a space like that, how creative you can get with the use cases of it. That's so exciting. Any tips for funding or grant, or you've been really great at partnering with other organizations, for anyone who's looking to scale up or grow their existing project? Any tips for folks on the call? Yeah,
my biggest success after I got in relationship with Smart was utilizing social media and just really advertising the bus to obviously in different media outlets and advertising it across the state of Connecticut. And I've been fortunate because now people are coming to me. I mean, our requests for the bus are out of control. Some days I think my bus is the full-time job, but it's been great to see the project grow.
So awesome. Any plans to get a second bus or a fleet?
Let's stay with one bus for now.
Awesome, Jay. Thank you so much. And we dropped your link in the YouTube chat as well, but we'll be sure to spread the word. That's really exciting. Awesome. Hey, Erin, how are you? Want to let us know what you're up to and how we can support?
Hi, guys. I am up to great things. I am still in Virginia and plan to be in Virginia for a while. So everybody moving, y'all are awesome. My project has been on a few interesting iterations, and it's in its latest iteration. The concept has been very constant, the tagline being bringing history out of textbooks and into relevance. So it was a 360-degree vision without Google Cardboards or Oculuses or whatever devices we need. So I put the link to this experience in the chat, and what it is, it's some 360-degree pictures I've taken and made it into a learning experience. For this one is specific to the Virginia standards. So you can click around and take you into one of them. Everything is linked through. So all of our students have to learn these things. And they don't really, some of it can be kind of dry. So here we have an embedded experience where the students are able to explore and get the content-specific learning that they need, but without being told to click by the teacher. So what I've done, and see if I can find one, we've got videos and quizzes and self-checks and maps all embedded in. Some you see, like here, and some are hidden, so kiddos will just go click around. Well, now I can't find one. They gotta be somewhere. Well, there's hidden links around here, some invisible ones that have bonus videos that kids can find. This is my all-time favorite. I'm gonna use a few seconds of my time with you to make you see this GoPro. I didn't shoot this, but this has really helped students in 4th grade understand that in the Tidewater, one of the main things that they get out of that, there is a industry for seafood. So here we go. So now you can have a GoPro and a crab comes in and you get to watch him eat. I'm riveted by it, and that's the one students seem to go to the most. In terms of scalability, I did discover that locally, this project has been a huge hit. The Virginia teachers around it, it has spread. They're using it for prep, but it can't scale up. Sorry, Jay. I had one teacher say, I didn't know that they had mouths. And it was the teacher saying this, watching it. I haven't ever thought about how a crab would eat. So it impacted her as well. But while this was really cool, this was very labor intensive. And right after spring break, my county turned off YouTube for all students. And this project is heavily dependent. Many of you helped me through that day when I wanted to pull my hair out. So iteration is the name of the game, and got a new idea. So what I want to do now is take this kind of feeling where we get information content specific to history, and then somehow have a sphere where teachers can basically drag and drop activities, lessons, interactive moments into their own customized 360 experience. So that's the next go round for me, and I'm really excited to see what it looks like. I'm re-inspired from our time with London.
Oh, that's all so awesome. Crab Watch. Thanks so much, Erin. Thanks for sharing. Really exciting. If you guys have questions for Erin, drop it in. But lots of congrats all around. It looks beautiful and engaging. Adi, you get to take us home. Let us know, what have you been up to, and anything we can share or amplify for you.
Hold on. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, perfect. Hi.
Hi. So it's been very exciting. I have to say that spring break was really my work time. I've had many iterations of my project. So I will share the screen. Hold on. I recently got to present at a summit, so last weekend, and it's really just come to light now. But I've taken this idea of digital citizenship and changed it into something that we actually need to talk about. So not just privacy and safety, but also about how it's affecting us. So I've built a website called the Emotive Web. And on this website, there are 6 major topics that that I've talked to students and teachers and parents about, that have been sort of the pressing points about technology use in our school and in our homes and personal lives. So I've taken a story and I've added questions and a curated list of different websites and videos and websites, videos, and podcasts, and then some tips to change. It's still in, I don't want to say beta mode, but I am definitely working on making the website more interactive and more friendly for users. There are a list of recommendations as well. I've had some really great feedback, and I've got to present on a podcast as well, so that was a fun experience for me. But so far, the feedback that I have received has been really great and has instigated a lot of conversations, which is the desired purpose for the project. So that's a huge accomplishment for me. The next steps, I think, are going to be doing more work with teachers and with parents to see how we can embrace this idea of conversation about our digital lives in a more realistic manner. I've also included in the website some activities that I've tried in the classes with the students here, with examples as well, and I'm looking to see how I can make this more collaborative so people can share their own experiences. So yeah, that's
beautiful. Do you have the link to that? We were looking in
the sure, I'll post that. I will share that.
Perfect. And lots of great kudos to you in the chat. It looks really great and user friendly, and can't wait to see your collaborative pieces and for others to share. Thank you. And then we have Theresa, you want to share what you've been up to? Is your mic on? I see you, but can't hear. Well, we saw your link anyway, so I'll make sure to get your link in the chat. And then thanks, there's the emotive web from Adi, there we go. Well, perfect, everyone. There's more innovators from London that shared their sites with their check-in. So we'll compile all this into a nice blog post and get it out so you can watch this archive and get all these links and help each other out and hopefully collaborate on new stuff or collaborate on growing your existing projects. Thank you so much, and we hope to see you at an Energizer this year, and you stay involved. Dan, did you want to say goodbye? Final thoughts from Dan?
Just feeling inspired and ready to you know, build on what you guys are doing. I mean, this is amazing. Thanks for sharing. Really great. Yes, please come to London or Chicago or one of these other places so we can all meet up in person again. And that would be great.
Thanks, Dan. Thank you guys all so much. Have a great evening if you're across the pond, or a great day if you're joining us from the US. And congrats to all your moves. We're excited to see your journeys continue. So bye, everyone. Thanks for making the time today.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.